On today's show, from Roseland, New Jersey, she's part of Team Spirit on WOW Women of Wrestling. Please welcome Ariel Sky.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me so much. Let's get this interview started and let's get it sky high.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Mike Rand Show. And today's special guest is from WOW Women of Wrestling. She's part of the newly formed Team Spirit. Please welcome Ariel Sky. Hey, Ariel, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing lovely. Thank you so much for having me today.
You're welcome. We're going to have a great time today. You had a big matchup last weekend that we're going to talk about in a little bit. First, I just want to let everybody know what's coming up this weekend on WOW Women of Wrestling. We've got a great show for you. We're going to have Kita Rush going up against BK Rhythm. Plus, Sophia Lopez has all her teams ready for action this weekend as Las Benditas are going to face Foxy Fierce and Chantilly Cella. Plus, Tormenta is going to take on Robbie Rocket. And in the main event, we've got the Tonga Twins and Tiki Chamorro, the Island Dynasty, going up against the Monsters of Madness, Chainsaw Voodoo Holodead. That's all this weekend on WOW Women of Wrestling, which is also taping some shows soon, right, Ariel?
Yeah, so this August, I even bent over backwards for the fans. I have a discount code if you head over to my Instagram at Ariel Sky at WOW. I believe that's the full Instagram. But we have live tapings and we're allowing you guys to come into our homes, action-packed, high-flying, sky high. So we're ready. And I hope, you guys will come join us for the new season. I'm super excited. I'm flipping out over here. I can hardly wait. Yeah, so please come this August. It can't come quick enough.
Yep. And can you tell everybody, the first question I want to know is, when did you decide you wanted to become a pro wrestler? Were you always a wrestling fan and interested in wrestling?
Yes and no. So that's the short of it. The story is a little long, but I'm assuming we have time and that's why I'm here. So growing up, I was a huge tomboy. My brother is 2 years older, so he had watched wrestling. We played on our trampoline in the backyard. He mostly just beat me up. But so not really. I would watch it loosely. I was very intrigued. I was like, I don't understand what any of this is, but it seems cool. Rewind to I was 4 years old. I literally couldn't sit still for the life of me. So my mother was like, this child needs to do something. So Ariel Sky was born then. 4 years old, started gymnastics, really, really loved it. Competitions, everything. Then unfortunately I had 2 knee surgeries. I believe maybe my first one was 7th, 8th grade, around there. I just needed something. I needed an outlet. Gymnastics had came to a halt. I needed something to look forward to. So I was always really intrigued in fitness, and especially these girls in these magazines. I was like, wow, these girls are beautiful. They're so strong and all of this. So that had led to my competitive bodybuilding and fitness competition days. I don't know if you know anything about it, but you work out, train really hard, you diet, you get on stage, and that was that. So I was like, okay, this is cool. And then from there, I still wanted something else. I was like, this isn't enough. I want something. So I had actually emailed a company, and I went to a Monday Night Raw, and I remember just sitting there and like watching. It was female match, and I was just watching it, and also just the energy of the place. I looked around and I looked with the people I was with, and I was like, I want this. I can do this. So me being me, figuring things out my way, not very conventional at all. I had gotten a hold of the talent manager, is email from WWE. I emailed him, said, hey, don't really know anything about wrestling, very eager to learn. This is my backstory. Would love to give it a try. And I had gotten a tryout from there. Did not know anything about anything. So it was very humbling. And I just knew in that moment, I was like, wow, I need to figure out a way to make this my own, to make this mine. And I'm so grateful that WoW has given me not only the opportunity, but the platform. Ariel Sky, it's not a character, it's not a gimmick. This is my lifestyle. I did gymnastics since I'm 4 years old. I continuously post these mostly on Thursdays, throwback Thursdays. Like this is my life. This is everything that I've wanted since I was 4. Maybe I didn't know it at the time that, okay, I'm going to grow up and be a professional wrestler, but everything in my life had led to this moment and had perfectly kind of the stars aligned, and the sky's literally the limit here. So yeah. So to answer your question, yes and no, I knew I was going to do this to some extent, right?
Okay, awesome. And you did work for some other promotions before WoW, because what I want to tell you is I didn't know this either, but we do our research here on the show, and I've actually seen you in Waterbury, Connecticut, when you were part of with Club Cam in Northeast Wrestling. And in Zanely Rude, we had RJ on as one of our first guests on the show.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, Club Cam, I hold very near and dear to my heart. At the time, I was just managing. I wasn't ready to take wrestling matches of myself, for myself, wasn't ready to compete and get out there, but I was training, and the best way to learn is to just go and kind of do it. So I managed this tag champions of an independent promotion, and I've learned so much from them, just being there. Even though you're not physically competing or wrestling at the time, it really gives you a different perspective from kind of not fully the outside, but a different part of it. And I just feel it's super important to learn it all. It definitely helped translate to WoW and women's of wrestling and my character, and just how I want to be, how I would like to do it.
And tell us, how did WoW find you?
Wow. Literally no pun. So I am a firm believer that everything is intertwined and connected. So WoW actually found me from the Carlson twins. These girls are so very sweet and very near and dear to my heart. My Miami Sweet Heat. It's funny, our lives were connected through fitness modeling and fitness competitions. And I remember, I think I ironically was in Miami, and at the time I wasn't competing myself, but this guy that I'm friends with, spray tan, you have to be super tan for stage. So I was helping backstage these girls, spray tanning them, and we just got to chatting, and these two girls just had such beautiful energy. And they had mentioned something about wrestling, and I was like, oh, that's funny. Like, I had just had a tryout, nothing came from it. And they're like, oh, like, do you still wrestle? And I was like, no, like, I didn't wrestle before. So anyways, I stayed in touch with them throughout the years. I did get back into wrestling, really grew to love it and respect it. And, they had just reached out to me, and they said, wow, like, we work for this company called WOW, Women's of Wrestling, and the owner, David McLean, we showed him your stuff. He really loves you, thinks you'll be great. I think you'll be a great fit. And I kind of was just like, oh, like, I'm not sure. And one thing led to another. And one day I'm picking up my phone and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this sounds great. I'll see you next week. And I hopped on a plane, and that's literally how it all happened. I feel like it all happened so quickly, but at the same time, it's like I've been preparing my whole life for this. So just, I guess, it's just everything, the stars aligned, and here we are. So
Yep,
I'm
that's
very
awesome. Now tell us, what do you bring to WoW? What do you have that stands out from the other ladies?
well, not sure if you've been watching, but so with my athletic backgrounds, also I've now teamed up with Randy Rah. So I think the two of us, the dynamic, but myself aside, kind of high flying. I try to be creative with my moves because a lot of people do know I'm a gymnast, so they know what's coming, but I'm 4'11". I'm not very big. I think I'm very strong, but I'm not. A lot of the other WoW superheroes have that on me, so I have to be quick-witted, fast. I just need all of the dynamics, explosiveness to kind of outsmart my competitors in the ring, as well as my athletic ability. So I just think kind of a mix of everything. And also, I've really grown to love the chain wrestling. So kind of just, mixing everything in there, seeing what ingredients I could throw in the cake and see what works for me. So I just think a lot of high flying gymnastics based moves mixed in with wrestling creates Ariel Sky.
Have you found that your gymnastics background and all those high flying moves have given you an advantage against your opponents in the ring?
Yes and no. A lot of these girls are kind of catching on to my move set or what I can do, what I can't do. So they're also the WoW superheroes that I've been going against. They're doing their homework. So they know hey, maybe Ariel Sky's coming in with this, but how can I counter it? So it is definitely been an advantage and disadvantage because they know where to take me out and what's gonna hurt me. So I don't want to say I have any advantages over anyone. It's a good thing and a bad thing all at once. It's the cycle of life, I suppose,
And how has your training been like? And have you been picking up some new moves during training? Is it like every day you see something new that you're like, wow, I'm going to try this move?
Yes and no. I feel like that's the answer to all of your questions. But so just recently I had started going to a local gymnastics place again just to brush up on that side. I feel like for me, the gymnastics moves and stuff, like I said, I've been doing it since I'm 4. So to me, it's like riding a bike, but also like I want to get smoother, more crisp. Now I'm like, okay, I can start adding X, Y, and Z to this. And then I try to do that like once a week, just because my body hurts. And then on top of that, I incorporate my bodybuilding days. And I'm in the gym maybe like 5 to 6 days a week. I try to do something every day to just keep myself going. So I'm doing that. And then on top of that, wrestling practice as well. So I try to mix it up with everything. There's just so many hours in the day, but I will see stuff and I'm like, okay, I need to try this, but at what practice, like I'm not going to try certain things. But I am working on some new finishes and I'm super excited because I don't want to spoil it, but I don't believe any female wrestler has ever done it. So if Ariel Sky could be the first WoW Women's of Wrestling superhero to bring a new finish, a new kind of twist and flair to women's wrestling, you know, that would be phenomenal. And I'm so excited because I believe I can pull it off. So we'll see come August at the Belasco Theater when you guys come to see us live, because it is an action-packed show and I am thrilled.
Okay, I can't wait to see that new finish. And you debuted not too long ago here in WoW, and your first match was up against BK Rhythm, where you defeated her. Can you tell us what it was like performing that first match, and how tough of an opponent was BK Rhythm?
Yeah, so BK Rhythm is a phenomenal competitor. You know, she's smart though. She knows, okay, this girl, she's new here. She's never been seen before, so she's smart. She got me before the bell even rang. She said, let me kind of dig in there with her words and her rap. I kind of was, you know, a little thrown off at first. I'm like, okay, you know, not going to let her words hurt me. Let's just focus on the task at hand. And that is coming to WoW Women's of Wrestling as a new timer, new competitor. I had the world to prove. Not even that. I had to prove to myself that I belong to be there. And I think the best way to showcase that is going up against, for the first time, against one of the hardest competitors, not only in the ring but apparently on the mic, which happens to be BK Rhythm. So it was phenomenal feeling being there, not only winning but winning against one of the toughest competitors at WoW. I mean, you know, what better way to really make a debut and, you know, really make an impact here, while, you know, I want the hardest person first. I want your toughest, your most competitive. And I don't know if you watched, she must have studied or watched me backstage or watched me at practice, because she knew my move set somehow. So I don't know. I may have been a first timer there, but I think she had someone taking notes on me, because she definitely got me, and she was a phenomenal person to share the ring with. And I would do it again, because I would love to challenge myself, and that's what I'm really here for at WoW Women's of Wrestling.
Yep, and then David McLean joined you in the ring after that victory, and you got a little emotional. You were happy that you won that match. So can you tell us what it was like to get that win?
Yes, I ugly cried for sure. Um, you know, it just was so special to me. My journey with wrestling, it has been so backwards, so overwhelming, so many emotions. You know, so to actually just stand there in a Women's of Wrestling WoW ring on CBS, you know, I'm just standing here and I'm just kind of like, wow, like I did this. Like, you know, this is real to me. I put everything into this. I spent countless hours training, dieting, going to the gym, whatever it may have been. And here in this very moment, it's like, to some people it might be a wrestling match, but it's like in that moment, I knew I deserved to be there. And, you know, win or lose, I hate to say that doesn't matter, but it just was the icing on the cake, you know. My A proper term, the moonsault finish, my sky high skyscraper finish, whatever you will. It just was, in that moment I just started crying, because I was like, wow, I've literally worked my whole life for this very moment, and I just really wanted to soak it all in. And I hate to say, it's like leading up to it, there's so much going on that you don't really get to embrace the moment. That I think I kind of stood there and looked around and I was like, wow, like I'm really here right now. This is phenomenal. So it definitely was one of the most special moments to me. And looking back now, I wish in the moment I got to really soak it in more than what I did, but it was definitely phenomenal being inside of WoW Women's of Wrestling ring for the first time, and not only the first time, but coming out the winner. I mean, I come from a very competitive background. You know, you want everyone on the team to win, but at the end of the day, I want to be number one.
Yep. And then another person who wants to be number one all the time is Coach Campanelli. Now, her and Randy Rara, they approached you about joining them and forming Team Spirit. So tell me a little bit about that. And did you have any reservations teaming up with the coach? Because, you know, the coach is very strong. She wants to make sure that she's number one as well and that she's the leader. So did you have any reservations joining Team Spirit?
I feel like no, being so new here, I was just kind of soaking everything in, looking around. I instantly, you know, saw Coach and Randy, and it's funny, it brought me back to my childhood in the sense of I do very well with someone telling me what to do, coaching me, literally giving me directions, being a little hard on me. You know, from gymnastics, that's the way I was brought up, and that's how I function as an athlete. So when I saw her, I was drawn to her. I was like, wow, coach will do whatever it takes to win. And me being super competitive, I'm very disciplined, focused, eager, and I just want whatever it takes to be the top. And I just saw that coach could bring that out in me. So no, I just knew from the bat that yeah, coach is my literally gonna coach me to the top. And then when I saw Randy, I was like, okay, we're cut from the same cloth, but so different at the same time. So, you know, with literally what the two of us can do together and what we could bring to WoW Women's of Wrestling is just going to be phenomenal. So I was excited off the bat. I had walked into the locker room and I'm just sitting there like all eager, and Coach already is just yelling at me because apparently I wasn't supposed to be there. But what did I know? I'm just here. I'm just eager to like get going. And from the bat, she kind of, I don't want to say gave me a hard time, but you know, she laid down the rules. This is coach's locker room. What am I doing here? If I want to be on the team, I think I just need to kind of, I hate to say it, shut up and listen, take her orders. And I really, really think she can lead us to the top with her coaching tips and with Randy Rah-Rahs and my flip and move set. Like literally the sky is the limit here. I don't know if you feel that as well. I don't know if anyone else saw the vision, but right off the bat, I knew I needed to be part of Team Spirit. Coming from a gymnastics background, you know, you are very team oriented. So I felt like I would be successful in WoW, but I also feel like to be super successful and to be at the top of WoW Women's of Wrestling, I need a team. I can't do this alone. I prefer a team.
Yep, and coach is a great leader to have in your corner. And she got you guys your first match against Genesis and Ice Cold. So tell us what it was like wrestling them.
Yeah, so Genesis and Ice Cold, they're tough competitors, man. Everyone here at WoW is just really, really bringing their A game. But man, they don't play nice. They play really dirty. So, you know, not only now do we have to outshine, outsmart, but I need to look out for their cheating tactics because I feel like there's a lot of that involved. You know, it definitely was a tough match. But you know, more importantly, we got the rematch, and I don't know if you watched, but we won. Team Spirit won that one. So I think at the end of the day, that's all that matters. They're great competitors in the ring. They're hard workers, but still they're no team spirit. So at the end of the day, we picked up the win.
Yep. So you did get a rematch where coach joined you in the ring. And then also on the other side, Exodus made her return. So do you feel that having coach that second time around helped you guys to that victory?
Absolutely. Coach is, you know, definitely leading us to greatness and wins. And like I said before, I take direction very well. So, she's maybe I'm not thinking in the moment what what the end goal might be. Maybe I'm just thinking one step, but she's 3 steps ahead. So on the outside, I need someone yelling in my ear, telling me, okay, do more, be better, do this. So I really feel like having coach there leading us to greatness definitely helped me step it up and really, really focus, because I'm like, okay, this is what we've come to do. We've come to win this wrestling match at Women's of Wrestling and prove why Team Spirit is now one of the top tag teams. I feel like I could say that pretty confidently, even though we've only had 2. But I feel like, this is going to be a good team. That is just nonstop. And again, Randy and I both, come from a competitive background where we have someone leading us, telling us what to do, where to go, where coach might not be in the match that round or right then and there. So she sees from this vision where Randy and I might be looking at it from a grand scheme of thing, which in the moment, maybe we need to look from a different perspective. So I really think coach brings that to the table.
Yep. And there's many formidable tag teams in WoW. You've got the Tonga Twins, Miami Sweet Heat, Monsters of Darkness, so many. Who would you like to face next?
Wow. Man, I want to wrestle everyone at WoW. Superheroes, they're so great. But if I could really pick someone, I don't know. I really think Wrecking Ball. I really love like what they're bringing to the table right now. So I just feel like, their worlds mixed with ours would definitely be something. It definitely really would push me to the limits. I would have to come up with a different game plan, but also the Tonga Twins are on top of the world right now. I would love to get in there and go against them. My Miami Sweet Heat, they're kind of unstoppable as well. They're great competitors. So I don't know, I just want to wrestle them all.
Now, let's say you did get to go for the tag team champions, right?
Yeah.
Tag team championship titles, and it's you and Randy in the ring. Is it going to be one of those deals where maybe once in a while coach can get in the ring and all 3 of you are sharing the championship? How do you think that would work out?
So honestly, to answer your question, I'm not quite sure how that would work or the logistics of that, but knowing coach, she needs to get involved. I just know she's a coach, but at the end of the day, she's a team player. She wants to be part of it. So maybe we would have to, come up with a game plan and go from there. And maybe that would be her involvement. But I'm not quite certain on that. But my mind and my goals are set on those tag championship belts. So we'll see.
Yep. And I'm sure you guys will achieve that again. So now it's time to play the lightning round, where I'm going to name you 2 things and you tell me which one you prefer.
Oh, okay.
So, is it called a sofa or a couch?
Couch.
Pinball machine or whack-a-mole?
Pinball machine.
Would you rather apologize first or wait for somebody to say they're sorry to you?
I mean, depending on who's wrong here. I feel like that's a tough one. So we'll see. It depends.
Who wants to be a millionaire or the weakest link?
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Pretzels with cheese or fried Oreos?
Ooh, pretzels with cheese.
Kayaking or mountain climbing?
Mountain climbing.
Would you rather travel back in time or travel into the future?
I have this weird like power thing that I can predict the future, so maybe travel back in time. So I already got the other one covered.
Would you rather watch TV or read a book?
read a book. I'm a huge book nerd. It's funny. I know you said this is lightning round, and I'm just giving you guys background. I don't watch TV like ever, but go ahead.
Would you rather be on Earth or Mars?
Mars for sure.
Would you rather be in a water balloon fight or a snowball fight?
Ooh, water balloon.
GIFs or memes?
Memes. Memes for sure.
And what is worse, leg day or arm day?
I love leg day. So
Okay. Thank you
my
so much for joining us here today. Oh, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I hate cardio, so that would be the worst day. That's all. Thank you so much for having me.
You're
I'm
welcome.
looking
Can you tell everybody what your social media is so they can keep up with you and WoW?
Yes. So across all the boards on Instagram and I believe Twitter, I believe that's all I have so far. It is Ariel Sky dash wow.
Okay, and you guys can follow me. I'm at Mike Grand Com on Twitter, official Mike Grand on Instagram and Facebook. MikeGrand.com is the website, the YouTube channel, The Mike Grand, and official Mike Grand. Thank you again for joining us here today. Thank you guys for watching, and we will talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.